Alright, what's going on there, everybody? Thank you for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to be kind of talking a little bit more as more of a part two, I guess, to me struggling with severe depression. And by no means am I looking for a pity party, but I'm trying to find an outlet in which hopefully I can help others that might be feeling the same way as I do to kind of seek some sort of again, this is some of the things I want to talk about is because I have such a bad depression that my brain doesn't work as it used to. My cognitive abilities have declined, and finding words to complete my sentences have become more and more difficult just because of how much of a mental decline I've been over the years. I'd say since I've been here in Houston. But I'm hoping that other people will find that they share the same similarities that I do in terms of what I experience going day to day. And I think I'm not alone on this because I see a lot of people on YouTube do also struggle with the same thing. And I may already have talked about a few of these things in my live streams. But what I want to say is the number one thing that I struggle with every day is a lack of purpose. Like, I don't know what I should be doing in life. I'm almost 30 years old. I have no real path. I have no real goals. I live, eat, sleep, shit, breathe for another day. I mean, that's really it. So, I'm trying to push myself to get into a better mindset. I'm trying to find outlets. What I realistically want to do is I want to pursue what I feel as if I was meant to do, which is be an actor. I've always wanted to be a voice actor / actor. My only issue is that I don't really care for Hollywood much, and I don't really want to be viewed in the public eye much. I'd much rather be somebody like a voice actor where I'm not too much in the public eye and I can still get paid to do things that give me that sense of purpose that I'm looking for, right? And I might do a video of me doing voice acting when I can muster up the mental energy to do it, where I am in a better mood. But it's really hard for me to pursue those things, those hobbies, and try to kickstart something in a potential career when you struggle with the demons in your head every day, right? I think I had talked about in my previous video, I had talked about how I suffer from a form of mental trauma, which comes from a lot of my family. That with the degradation of society has really taken a toll for me. I mean, as I'm talking, I'm trying to get my brain working, and it's very difficult to come up with the things that I've been experiencing that have led me to this point. So bear with me. I may have to do a little bit of some chopping to kind of collect my thoughts along the way to figure out what it is I'm trying to say. But yeah, the degradation of society on top of my lack of purpose has really eaten away at me. I feel like a lot of people, I'm not alone on this. I think there's other people that also feel the same way that I do, because I've seen YouTube videos where people are kind of done with the 9-to-5 job bullshit. And I may have already talked about this in a previous video too, but I'm not sure, so I'll briefly touch up on it again. There are a lot of people in life that are done with the 9-to-5 shit. Corporations, I mean, they've always been that way, but corporations like my former employer when I was working at Valvoline just not really giving a damn about you much, and the efforts that you do. So, when I was working for my previous employer, I felt like I did have a slight sense of purpose, but not a whole lot. It quickly declined, or my respect for the employer quickly declined when I just kept being treated like crap and not being recognized for the things that I was doing. So therefore I inevitably left. But those 9-to-5, well, on top of the sheer amount of retail abuse, right? I mean, retail is always just terrible, but so the pay was good too, but for me, money isn't what drives my motivation. The money is what comes secondary for me. So if I can do what I love doing, you know, like I had mentioned, being a voice actor, um, I think the money just comes, you know, it comes and goes. You know, it's just fucking paper to me. It don't mean much to me in life. Now, does money buy happiness? For somebody that would tell you no, I think they're lying. Money does, and you know, it keeps the lights on, right? So if you obviously don't have money, it's going to be a bit of a shit show for you, right? You're gonna keep panicking, anxiety, trying to pay the next bill. So I will say, to a degree, money does, I guess, buy happiness, but I digress with that. But yeah, money is secondary for me. I just want to have a sense of purpose. Try to find something that I guess I can contribute to society in a way. I think every human being, in one way, shape, or form, wants to contribute to society and be recognized for their work, right? It's just something that's kind of instilled in us. For me, I do. It's kind of a catch 22. I both fucking hate people, but also like to help them at the same time. Even though I'm now in my 30s and I really don't want to help people anymore because it's always, you know, burn bridges for me. So it's like fighting a duality with yourself. Like, it's very hard to um it's very hard with that type of mentality. So what I like to do to contribute to society is I'm also pretty much an amateur mechanic. I'm a backyard mechanic, whatever you want to call them. So I do like working on people's cars. I like working on cars. It keeps my brain busy. So when I'm in um, a really bad mental state of mind, it keeps me busy, and it actually helps me a lot when I'm physically staying, or mentally, I would say, staying busy, because to do automotive work requires a lot of cognitive thinking, and it keeps your brain working essentially. Um, so I like working on things, tinkering with things. So I think automotive is my primary um, thing that I've been working on. I'm not ASC certified, however, so you know, I try not to. With voice acting, that's kind of a, you know, don't quit your daytime job kind of thing, because voice acting and acting in general, you got to know the right people to be able to get into those kind of jobs. And I have no social network at all. I don't really talk to a lot of people. I have very, very, very few friends that I even talk to. um, you know, and I think a lot of people would even, you know, going on friendships, right? I mean, a lot of people will be like, well, why don't you have more friends? Well, the thing is, a lot of people that are in my social circle are people that I either relate to, or they have the same type of morals, I guess. That's not always the case, but it's usually got to be people that I can actually resonate with on a personality level. A lot of the people, I don't make friends very easily if they seem shady, disingenuous, and that's a lot of people today. They're very one-sided, very wishy-washy, and that's why I don't really go out much or hang out with people or try to meet people, because for one, I'm an introvert too, so I don't really like to go out of my way to make conversations. I let other people go up to me rather. So I'd much rather have somebody give me a conversation to start with, because I can keep going on and on about anything really. Like I can, once you start a conversation, I'm very easy to um, continue it and finish it. Especially when it comes to cars, automotive stuff, I can go on and on. I'm a motor mouth when it comes to automotive. So anything that's car related, I love talking about it. And saying that though, it's funny enough, I don't know a whole lot of different cars, but I know a whole lot of them on a, you know, engineering standpoint or mechanical standpoint. So, you know, if you were to tell me, oh, you know, have you seen this car, or you heard of this car or this model, I'd be like, I don't know who the fuck makes that, because I'm kind of in my own circle. I like my Fords, I like my American cars. I don't really care for a lot of European stuff. So when you tell me what a M2XLL5 is, I don't know. I don't know what the hell that is. So, um, but yeah. So those are the things that I'm struggling with, and I'm really trying my best to push myself on YouTube to create content and hopefully find people that support me in this. I know this isn't the best content, what I'm producing right now. I'm just trying to push myself to hopefully get me into a better mindset so I can continue to do this, and hopefully make a career out of it. Not really with YouTube, but hopefully I can open opportunities for myself if I were to do some advertising with some of the voice acting that I'm able to do, that I've impressed many people with in the past. It feels like every day when I go out in society, when I go to my job, well, had a job, I'll talk about that briefly, and I had to leave because it wasn't working for me, but when I have to go out in public, I feel like I have to put a mask on, where it's like Robin Williams, dude. Like, I feel like a Robin Williams sometimes, where I have to be happy and energetic, but behind closed doors, like, I'm very, in the back of my mind, it's still like a creeping thing where, like, I'm still very unhappy, very upset, and most people wouldn't see it. I wouldn't even think that I'm depressed, if they didn't know me on a personal level. But yeah, with the job, right? So that's a bit of an update for y'all. So where I've been for the last couple months now, I did get hired on as at the dealership as a car salesman. I thought it was something that I was able to do, and it turns out wasn't. And one of the reasons why, a couple of reasons. So I worked at a Ford dealership for the first couple of months. I got hired on there, and it seemed like it was going to be easy to make money. And it kind of is, and it kind of isn't. You have to have the personality for it, which I would say I do, but the problem is I wasn't committed enough to the job to be able to bring that part of myself out because of the depression. Again, it's also kind of affecting my work environment, where it's hard for me to bring that personality. Like, sometimes when it comes to car sales, right, you kind of have to be an actor. And it's something that I wanted to do, right? I've already told you guys I do want to be an actor. But the car sales aspect of it is not what motivates me, though. Nothing about that job really motivated me. And what demotivated me even more was the fact that I had to put in 12 to 14 hours every fucking day, 6 days out of the week. And I was doing that for 2 months straight, and it wasn't really paying off. I wasn't really getting any sales. I had to do a bunch of split deals with people, and I was just barely breaking my draw. So, and what a draw is essentially is they give you $2,000, but if for your first 3 months that you're training, you don't have to owe the draw back. However, if you do make any money out there on the sales floor, you will be owing that draw back. So every $2,000, I was just barely breaking $2,000. So I'd owe that $2,000 back every time I was making sales happen. So I wasn't really making any commission at all. So I was wasting my time spending 12, 14 hours a day, as a car salesman. And so I didn't see it as a sustainable thing. And I cherish my time. I think I've talked about that previously too. I do value my time more than working 9 to 5. I mean, 9 to 5 is 9 to 5 isn't that bad, but I mean, 12-hour shifts every fucking day, and I'm not making really any money at doing it, it's not going to cut it. So I did really like my boss, though. I respected him a lot, and I saw the changes that he wanted to do with his crew that he had there. So I had told him that I highly respected him, and I told him some of the issues that I was having in the used cars department. The managers there, I was kind of having similar issues that I was just dealing with the same thing that I was dealing with my previous employers, just feeling belittled. That also kind of degrades you in a way too when you're constantly being belittled in life, and that's all I usually have gotten with previous employers. I mean, I become numb to it at this point, though, and I can still stand up for myself, which I do every time now. I'm 30. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm pretty much a full-fledged adult now. So to belittle me, I'm going to stand up for myself, and you're going to get a bunch of shit thrown at you if you're going to keep telling me and acting like I'm fucking up in the worst possible way, right? I have other stories for that I'll give in terms of that situation, but I just essentially I felt like I wasn't being respected. Um, I worked in the used side, not the new side, so I wasn't being really respected. Um, but my boss, I let him know about some of the issues that I was having in the used car side, and he was actually going to give me a better opportunity to work in new and working online, which probably would have guaranteed me more sales. But unfortunately, um, I just went ahead and quit. It's just too many hours. It didn't matter because I was still going to have to be putting in 12-hour shifts almost every day, and it's just not something I'm committed to doing because it's just life's too damn short. I just the money's just not worth it. If you excel at that, yeah, as a car salesman, you could be making thousands and thousands of dollars. Um, I don't knock anybody's hustle, but money isn't everything for me. So, if that's what drives you, hey, awesome. Money don't drive me though. I'm looking for a sense of purpose. Purpose is what drives me. So, I could be, as long as if I'm living comfortably, I really don't care. Money, I could be getting paid 40,000 a year, 50,000 a year. 30 probably won't cut it for me just because I'm on my own. And today's economy is just fucking awful. But I could probably get away with 40, and live pretty comfortably. But yeah, those are just some of the things that I wanted to talk about and what my update was on that. I'm still unemployed currently now, and I'm still seeking another opportunity. I've been looking around, trying to see what I can dip my toes into. I'm actually just trying to get back into the automotive field to see who will hire me, so that way I can just kind of get more hands-on experience. I've always had hands-on experience, but I'm trying to see if I can work in a pop shop, start from the bottom, work my way up, hopefully make a decent living doing that. I don't really want to work for dealerships. As we know, if you are into the automotive field, and some of you have probably worked at dealerships before, they're not very fun. The benefits are great, but it's just it's not fun. So I'd like to work at a pop shop just because they're usually a little more laid back, but we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much what this video is. I feel like it's kind of all over the place. It's kind of a structure of what I'm dealing with right now. I'm sure I've left out things that are also bothering me. But hopefully things get better. I'm not sure. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Hopefully in my next video, I really want to do something with my car. I just haven't found the motivation to do it, I guess, because I did say that I was going to do an update on that and kind of showcase what I've done on it. So do that with the car. I also kind of there it is, lost my train of thought. So if you guys noticed too, I kind of cut my hair, but that was something that I kind of wanted to do too. I was kind of getting tired of the long hair, and it's not that short, but it's mainly just slicked back now in the back. I need to kind of get it more refined. I did it myself, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm going to try to make more content. The other thing that I wanted to do now that it came back to me, obviously doing voice acting, kind of get my, showing you guys what I'm capable of doing. Hopefully somebody, maybe a contractor, would actually see that and maybe give me a role. But yeah, that's just really it, guys. I'm trying to find a sense of purpose in life, and I'm just, the more and more things that I see in life, the more it just degrades my mental health. Not having a clear path, no real guidance. It's really tough, But yeah, that's it, man. So hopefully you guys have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.